Altcoins set to implode or explode? TA experts weigh in. Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boy, Crypto Keeper, here on a Magic Money Monday. And we got two of the best in the TA game we're going to introduce in just a second. Before we do, make sure to smash those likes. You've got the hearts out there now, apparently, as a little engagement tool. So do your thing. Let YouTube know you love the content and that you love who we're bringing on. And first, we've got Army Piper. Army from the Investing Bros. What's good?
Another day in the grind, man. You know how it is.
Another day, another Satoshi. Good to see you, Army. Glad that you're here. And then we've got your boy, Crypto Blood. What's up?
It's my two Satoshis, baby.
Heck yeah,
that's all you're going to get.
I like it. Crypto fam, make sure that you're following Army. Make sure you're following Blood. Army Piper's over on Investing Bros, and Blood's got his own channel, Crypto Blood, over here on YouTube. So make sure that you're following them.
I hate live. Crypto now. I hate crypto.
That's your new name?
Yeah.
I hate crypto. So if you hate crypto as well, you should still follow Blood because he hates crypto. It's an interesting way to go about it, Blood. Kind of backwards, but you up in that state up north that we won't mention. You know, you guys do things a little different.
Hey man, go blue. That's all. You see, I got blue up. Go blue, up. Baby. That's all I gotta say.
Just threw up in my mouth. Crypto fam, let me say hi to the chat real quick. Who was first today? Cryptex says, "What's up, Cryptex? Good to see you." Kenton in the house. Who else we got up in here? We got Fino, Veteran, Aru, Eric Wallen, the Wrecked Event. That's a cool name. The Wrecked Avenger. That's like somebody that got absolutely destroyed in the crypto markets. Probably hates crypto as well, Blood. That might be one of your people there. Somebody that's going to follow you soon because it sounds like maybe got wrecked. We got Naughty Ways, and then the ever infamous Crypto Dicks. Another great name. I love seeing the names in the chat. And Jim Bitcoin. So glad to see everybody here. As a reminder, we are here Mondays. We are here Thursdays. We are here Sundays. So Sundays is at noon. Mondays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Mondays, Magic Money Monday. We focus on altcoins. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. Thursdays, TA Thursday, around the charts. That is going to be more Bitcoin centric. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's take a look at what the markets are doing, and then we will dive into some alts. So let me update my chart here. All right, so the total crypto market cap is at 1.17 trillion with a T dollars. That's down 1.44%. We've been seeing upward action recently. Got to go down once in a while. I had a funny comment. I'm going to leave alone on that one. Bitcoin at 30,182, down 0.79%, but still up almost 14% on the week. Good to see that. ETH at 1848, down a couple percent. We'll talk about why that's happening. And then the rest of the top 10, either pretty flat or down a couple to a few percent. Cardano down over 4%. Dogecoin up or down over 3%. And then Tron, I've been talking about sneaking into that top 10. It's at number 9 now, at down 0.58%. So Tron's been holding pretty strong. And then Solana, well, Solana must be up and operational today because they're here, but still down 4.52%. All right, cool. So, gentlemen, let's dive into it. Let's have some fun today. Let me pull up, let me see here. Let's kick it off with you, Blood. So we know that Bitcoin, obviously the alts like to follow. That's been the thing forever. It's probably going to still be the thing for a while. What are you seeing as you analyze the charts? And, if you want to use Bloodalytics to confirm or deny, depending on what you got going on, talk to me about what you're seeing in the overall markets as it relates to Bitcoin.
Yeah, so let me just take a look, or have the audience take a look at my general TA chart for Bitcoin. And as you guys can see here,
the arrow's going in the wrong direction, Blood. It's going in the wrong direction.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to explain that arrow in a second. We've exploded above and out of the channel that we've been trending in since, I think, like March 14th or 17th, all the way back here. So that's good news for the bulls. I am currently medium plus, or medium. What do you call it? Medium well. Like these steaks? You like the steaks medium well? Well, I'm medium well right now, ladies and gents. That means I am neutral plus, on the side of being bullish at this point, because we did break out of that channel. Now you just have to be a little weary of this fade here. We've kind of traversed that whole last pop up, and we're basically back to the levels where we were trading last week when we had to move up off of the BlackRock ETF info that came out. And so right now, as you see that line, the horizontal line I have drawn there, you got to watch that area, because that should be an area of support for us. But if we break it, then we're heading back down. That's what the arrow is showing us as an area to look for to the downside, which will be a big move down if that happens. To the upside, I'm not well on my stake keeper until we get above that blue line, which we're
up there
on away. Yeah, that's about 10% away from 8% away from the markets currently. Once we get above there, I'm fully bullish.
Fully bully.
Boy, yeah, fully bully.
All right, good to see. Well, hey, listen, we talk about it a lot. We'd love to see the charts just go up and to the right exponentially over the course of the last 13 years or 14 years that Bitcoin's been around. If you look, we talked about this the other day, the chart has been up and to the right. So long term, folks, Bitcoin's been doing its thing, the best performing asset of all time. We have to have some pullbacks, and I know we have a lot of bigger things happening in the economy that can affect that. But, long term, we see this up and to the right. So if we need a little pullback, we need a little pullback. Let me take a quick pause. I want to shout out somebody real quick. Thank you very much. $20 super chat from the Bitcoin Ben show. So forward to a great show.
That's
Bitcoin
my guy.
Ben.
I'll be on with Bitcoin Ben tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So come holler at us.
Heck yeah, sounds like that might be somebody that people should be following. We appreciate you, Bitcoin Ben. Shout out to you, brother. I am really appreciative of you doing that. All right, so we talk about Bitcoin to start. Then we'll just kind of keep it in tandem. We already know what's next. Army, the second big dog in the field, obviously.
No. I gotta cut you off real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
No. Army. Yeah, I hear the Army. Are you a XRP Army, dude?
No, that Army name. Army name.
I thought I was gonna have to shoot you up.
So let me explain where Army comes from. I'm active duty Army right now for another 4 days. I retire in 4 days from the U.S. Army after 21 and a half years.
For your service, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But that being said, I have absolutely transferred my enlistment papers over to the XRP Army, and I'm carrying the right load there too. So let's go. Let's get it.
I wasn't even thinking. I've got a question later on about XRP. I'm definitely going to let Army weigh in on that one as well. So good to see somebody in there. Hey, listen, if you haven't smashed the like already, smash the like. And XRP Army, smash the heart while you're smashing the like, because we already know. Hopefully, we're going to make some money at some point here. It's only been about 3-4 years since we've seen some upward momentum. I think we're about due, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, so stick around for that. All right, so back to it. So Army, the second big dog, obviously ETH, right? Is it just tagging along with Bitcoin as per the usual, or are we seeing some sort of a possible change incoming as ETH continues to grow? Once we made this move over to proof of stake, there was a lot of speculation that things were going to continue with the burns happening as per the EIP 1559, blah, 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 blah. Is it just tagging along, or we got something maybe possibly happening?
So it is. It's holding up way better than anything else next to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's doing its moves, we're definitely getting the ETH moves on it. And right now, we're just kind of consolidating in a nice range in between the platinum pocket on my fibs here. If you take a look here, so I use the platinum pocket as the 887 and the 786 on my charts. A lot of times when you get a breakthrough price action play on the golden pocket and it goes on through it, the platinum pockets where you tend to get there. And if you go back and see where this is coming from real fast, I know we got a time.
Now, is it actually called? Is it? I don't mean to cut you off, but is it actually called that on Chart Prime, the Platinum Pocket, or is that an Army Piper special?
No, this is just a fib line that I use, a fib section. So,
okay.
But it's going off of this previous peak that we had back here in August of 2022 to the bottom. And just to bring it back up here, and I'll show you what I'm doing here with it. We've had a triple top rejection on it here. And on the Chart Prime indicators, it actually gave us two engulfing candlestick patterns for rejection there also. And then on our oscillator, we triggered the overbought on this first bounce here. So if I actually go over and drop off my fibs here, you'll see a little something here. Let me bring it up here. So these are called predictive ranges here, between these purple lines, this top one here and the bottom one here. And these print all the way back when it broke the previous predictive range here. So these were predictive in nature. We know that the price is going to occur on these lines all the way back at the beginning. So instead of it being a lagging indicator like you see a lot out there, these are predictive. The area that I just highlighted here between the gold bands, these are this is where about 70% of all action will occur within a predictive range. And so if you actually look where that triple was hitting that on top of that confluence of the Platinum Pocket, great entry right there to get into some shorts on based on some traditional TA, and then the power of Chart Prime Pro Suite telling you, yeah, you're hitting the top trade band there for the drop. So what I am watching for here right now, though, this green line that you can see here is called the trend assistant. The trend assist, and what it does is it assists you in support lines that are dynamically moving with the trend. You can see that we got the strong buy indicator down here. This red X right here was the breakout on the auto printed chart pattern, and that was our write up. There's the retest of it. It gave us a target point of here on the smart target. We actually more than broke that, but right now we're kind of sitting right back at where that smart target was at, which actually weighs in like how much volume was in the breakout of the chart pattern, all that stuff. But it's all auto printed here. Right now, I'm just watching it with the strong trend still going on. I do see that the oscillator cloud is getting tight and we're starting to drop on the oscillator pro. The trend fusion money flow index is hitting down on the zero line right now, but you can see that we're kind of dragging out on the zero line of the trend fusion. This oscillator and this oscillator are both in one. You can select one or the other, and I just threw them both up because I like to have that different view because they do pull data from different locations. But overall, right now, Ethereum looks like it's having a little pullback with Bitcoin, but it's not looking overly weak. We're seeing a lot of support in the Platinum Pocket, like I said, but this blue line running across the 786 here is that 50% line of that trade gap, that trade line there that we trade on in the predictive ranges. So right now, I'm thinking that where we are in this range of about 1825 is pretty decent support. If we do break down, I would be looking for our lower trade band of the predictive ranges. That's almost in line with the golden pocket down here. So overall, Ethereum's looking pretty strong to me. I got to be honest. I mean, even on some of our indicators that are free, we have some free indicators that we use also over there. This one here is called the RSI primed. We take an RSI, turn it into candlesticks, and we can run candlestick patterns off of the RSI. And you can see here, like here's an engulfing candle. We had a little bit of a pullback to the retest the golden pocket there. And then we had another one here, which is lining up right here off of this rejection of that upper trade band and the 887 on the platinum pocket there before we came down. So we are hitting into that 30% range because it does run like an RSI. It's just in candlestick form. So we're almost down to that 30% line. Right now, I'm thinking that we're looking like we're about to have a bounce sometime in the next 4 hours to come back up, probably retesting that 1900 to 1921 on the platinum pocket top. So
get a little blast back up to the upside. And Army, Crusader and I have been looking at Chart Prime as a great option. We're starting to learn some stuff over there. Where there's a lot of really cool indicators as per part of the Chart Prime. And none of this is sponsored by them, by the way. I'm just asking for people so that they can know. Yep. I know you've been writing up some stuff, and there's a whole new package out. Where can people find that if they're looking to get in and check out Chart Prime?
So you can go to chartprime.com to get it. But if you want to go over to our Discord, just look for Chart Prime. If you go to Investing Bros, you'll find links there galore in any descriptions to get to the Discord and everything. We just launched version 3, and it's absolutely insane what our mathematicians, literally we have a mathematician that wrote all of the trigonometry, even uses some audio resonance pass-through software
Yeah,
to
there's some
take
wild
out
stuff in there.
noise
Yeah.
in the charts. So it's insane what you can do with audio coding in PineScript, and our developers, they've nailed it. They've
That's
absolutely
interesting.
nailed it. So
And then Blood, I want to take a quick second. How's Bloodalytics been doing recently, brother? Has so if you are into some of the bot trading opportunities, Blood's got your back on that. Blood, how have things been going with Bloodalytics?
Good, man. We're short now on Bitcoin. We've been oscillating back and forth since Monday, but we've taken a strong position short. As you guys can see, we're in the money on that one. And
Sorry, I didn't have it pulled up.
Oh, okay. There you
There we
go.
go.
There you
Got it.
go. So I've got 4 pairs here. Actually, this is my other signal. Let me bring up the live one for you guys really quickly. So this is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance coin that we got going on right now. So we did take some profits off the lows on that short for Bitcoin. That orange dot indicates a take profit, and you saw the markets move up off of that. But if you take a look at the Ethereum one, it is dragging lower. You know, he's thinking we may. So at this, we go off price action. Took a little take profit there on that orange dot, but we're pretty much short across the board on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance coin right now. So you know, that's where we are, short on all 3.
The Binance coin short would have been a beauty for somebody to have taken had they have taken it prior to the information, you know, that came out 2 weeks ago or whatever, because it took an absolute beating. It's been struggling.
If you go back to the chart really quickly, over the weekend, Saturday, we went short on Binance right here on Saturday in the morning. So that was a big move. Short there, we took profits on. So that was a big move. And then, of course, like you said, a few weeks ago, there was a bigger move down as well. So
opportunities galore, ladies and gentlemen. The chart doesn't just have, that's one of the beauties of learning how to trade, right? No matter how you do it, the opportunity to make money, whether the price is going up or the price is going down. And you hear these guys talk about taking your emotions out of it. Yeah, we know our long-term bags, everyone wants to see those pump, but in the short term, in the interim, how do I make money? And that's why these guys have been doing this for so long, that have learned how to trade, because you can then detach yourself from, okay, fine, my long-term bags are struggling maybe at a certain point, but guess what? I'm able to make money and continue to stack sats, so to speak, on whatever asset it is that you know, that you're trying to stack long-term. Obviously, the 3 of us on here want to stack Bitcoin. I'm assuming we probably all 3 want to stack Ethereum too, and we can make money in the meantime doing that. But it takes a lot of practice. So cool, good stuff. Well, let me ask you this, Blood. What we've been seeing with altcoins, right, being talked about as securities. This has been a big topic. I know you pay a lot of attention to stuff that's happening in the news, and it definitely, you know, are on par with paying attention with all of that. How do you see this affecting the overall altcoin markets? Is this going to actually cause problems, or do you think overall are we seeing some just FUD?
No, it's not FUD. It's a serious issue that people should pay attention to. And I think in the short run here in the United States, you're going to have a negative impact on altcoins as the SEC continues to come down on the hammer. As you guys know, I'm strongly in the camp that I think XRP Ripple is going to lose their case. I know you guys don't think so, but I mean, look at the track record. We got to look at the track record. Take the emotions out. Look at the track record. SEC, they don't lose. Whether you want them,
but
to
what are
be
you considering
right
a
or
loss? Like, would you say if they cop a plea, so to speak? I know we're not talking about criminal court here, right? But if they ultimately you know, pay, just basically get smacked, are you calling that a loss?
Yeah, because I don't think they're going to reinstate XRP as a security in the United States. So I don't think you're going to see XRP go to 0. The rest of the world is going to still trade and speculate with the XRP coin and do their thing with XRPL and everything. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't see. I see a settlement, but a settlement with payment and a fine paid, and then that's the end of it. They're not going to reinstate XRP as on Coinbase and all these other ones. In my opinion, I think we're going the other way. We're going the other direction. They're delisting coins, so just don't see how XRP will be reverse that trend. But again, that's short term. Long term, I think your altcoins are going to do pretty well. The top 10, you know, you look at that basket, top 10, top 20 are going to do very well in the short run or in the long run. But in the short run, I think there is some headwinds that we have to get through with all this SEC stuff. So just be careful out there.
Yeah, and I think it's even more that was well said. I think it's even more than just the SEC stuff. I think we do have to look at the fact, you know, a lot of times when we talk trading, we're just talking about strictly the charts. And I think one of the things that does, you know, we can't actually just ignore is the fact that we do have, you hear me talk about it a lot, we do have a lot of fantastically large problems that aren't so fantastic in the greater world right now surrounding economics, surrounding finance. And if you think that crypto is immune to that, you would be wrong. And so ultimately it's how do you play it? You know, I've talked about in the past, the best thing I ever did for me, and none of this is financial advice, but the best thing I ever did was absolutely went heavy on the COVID dip, right? It's scary. It doesn't feel good. It is an intense time where you're like, wow, what's actually happening here? Am I doing the stupidest thing I've ever done, or just a fantastic, you know, intelligent move here? And I believe,
yeah, if you're
because I do believe,
if you're an XRP fan and you know you want to position yourself for the capitulation moment after the SEC case, in my opinion, I think you're going to see a big move down, and then you can buy that low. And you know, after the news is out, the hard part is over. Yeah, it's over, you know, so it's only a building of a price from that level. So
it'll be interesting to see, I think, on the opposite side of that, if they win this case. Let me ask you, Army, if they win this case, since we got onto the XRP thing, what camp are you in terms of a short to medium term price action? Let's go short term, because I'm just not the guy. As much XRP as I hold, I'm not the guy that says XRP is going to freaking $100 or $1,000 or $50,000 buyback or any of that craziness. What do you think short term? Let's say they win. Let's say Blood's wrong. What do you see short term kind of price action wise? What would you speculate?
Are you talking like short term, like this bull run, or short term, like?
Yeah, I'm saying, let's say the case is over. Let's say the case ends up over in the next month or so, right? What kind of price action, no matter what the rest of the market's doing, what kind of price action do you think in the short term, like a quick pump, can we get? Are we going to get 100%, 200%, 300%? Are we going to get 1,000%? Like, what do you think?
I could see a 3 to 4x instantly just from the FOMO into it.
Yeah, I could see
coming off of that news. The big thing is, and that I want to, you know, because this is debate crypto, so let's do that, right?
Let's get it.
The big thing you got to remember is that Ripple is tied in to a ton of bank stuff and institutional commercial banking uses already.
Oh yeah.
And there's been talk that Ripple is going to launch an IPO to go into NASDAQ. If you're that close, I don't see why it's not that difficult to go ahead and go, we're going to register XRP as one of our securities under a licensing also. So, you know, everyone likes to flip out about the term security. But at the end of the day, you know, if you buy a Tesla stock or you buy AMC, if you're a DGen, whatever your stock choice may be to add to your diversification, those are all securities too.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't mean the opportunity is not there to, yeah.
But see, people are conflating Ripple going public and XRP, the token, being a security or not a security. Ripple going public, cool. I think that might be a great investment because they're buying up all types of blockchain companies left and right. They have been for many years.
Yep.
So you know, I'm aware of like Ripple and they have a lot of VC funding and all of that. So that's, at the end of the day, that's the ultimate goal when you have that much VC funding, is to go for an exit of some sort, like an IPO. So I'm not negating that Ripple will go public, and I think XRP will get a pop over that.
Yeah.
But what comes first? Does a judgment come before Ripple goes IPO? Probably. So you're going to see a dump, in my opinion, then a possible rally and a rip.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, you know, and I want to remind people, I don't think any, here's the thing, the SEC isn't coming after keeper for buying an unregistered security at that point, right? You're not going to be in trouble for having they're trying to push on to the exchanges. They're trying to push on to the people that are allowing that on ramp of whatever that quote unquote security is. And so you
people
can
have
still
to understand, like I used to trade and I had to register. I had a CTA firm in 2016, so I understand FINRA, working with CFTC, even though that's not that realm. They're just the SEC. But I mean, if you look at their rules, XRP and most of these coins are securities, bro. I don't agree with them, but we're playing in their house. We're playing in their arena. Okay. And so I just think, we're going to see that happen, man, unfortunately, but it won't stop crypto. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, definitely won't. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, XRP at this point right now is definitely one of my smallest bags, because of the unknowns to it. The known knowns, the known unknowns, the whole thing.
Right.
But risk to reward, I mean, that's what we're here
it's
for
high.
at the end of the day.
It's very high.
It's very
low.
high.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
very high reward
Mm-hmm.
for the risk. So risk to reward, I think XRP is a solid thing to look at if you're willing to deal with a little bit of the risk. Obviously, I wouldn't say put your entire portfolio in it though.
No, risk is always risk tolerance. Hey, that's what trading is about. We're here talking about trading. Probably one of the biggest things you can do that you guys have taught me is having an understanding of what does my risk tolerance look like. First of all, what's my tolerance to it? And then secondly, how do I negate, or how do I mitigate, I should say, that risk? Because if I'm just trading, if I take all of my money and I'm like, I know Bitcoin's going up, the chart's telling me it's going up, my gut's telling me it's going up, which, by the way, don't follow your gut. It sucks. I promise you. I've definitely lost on some trades that way. You see all of these things that you believe it's going up and you trade with your whole bag. You are absolutely insane, right? You're setting yourself up. You can get lucky, right? But you don't walk into the casino with your mortgage money out, or at least you sure as heck shouldn't be doing that. But I know some people do it. But getting lucky and being good at trading are two totally different things. So make sure you understand what that looks like for you. We're here to help you get better at trading, and that's what these gentlemen are on here for. So smash that like if you haven't already. Make sure you're following the Investing Bros. Make sure you're following Crypto Blood. They are out here working for free, trying to teach you guys how to get better at trading. All right, so Army, I know you do like to trade alts a lot. Is there anything, is there any one in particular that you really like the chart setup on right now?
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and drop my chart on there, I've been watching Cardano. I work over there with Tim Warren, TA Tim, and he's all about ADA all the time. I actually think right now we're in. We bounced out of it. You can see here we got a sell indicator that popped, auto optimized right there, and then we got our breakout of the chart pattern that I was talking about, auto printed rising channel there. And then down it goes, right? It gave it a measurement down here, which is where we've just rejected off of, oddly enough, on the daily chart. But this order block down here with medium liquidity in it still sitting here, that wick down there actually was a liquidity grab off of this stuff, and it came back up. I think we're going to come back and test this and give a double bottom here, but I'm actually watching for about 24 cents on Cardano to get back in on some ADA. So you'd be looking at what I'm watching right now.
You'd be looking at a 24-cent range for you personally for a trade, or you'd be looking at that to stack some more long-term bags with Cardano.
A mixture of both. I like to DCA in my hodls and then hedge it with my trades. So so I would probably be looking to do that because where I trade at, I can't actually trade inverse contracts on Cardano. It's not one of the ones that they have for that. But all my other trades like my Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, and all that, I trade it in the token. So I actually am holding the token, and that is my margin entry on my trade. And then so basically I've always got exposure to the price going up out of these crazy green candle days. But when I get indications that it's coming down, I can short against it and hedge my valuation loss that I've got on my HODL bag. So it's an
makes
interesting approach that a lot of people don't do. But at the end of the day, I just look at the charts and see what they're saying. As my wife always tells me, follow the TA. You can't negotiate with the charts. It's giving you information, follow it. So
Yeah, no doubt. And that's why taking the emotion out of it is a huge part of it, because, you know, it's just, it never has worked out for me in the past, right? Taking the actual information and just saying, hey, it looks like because of X, Y, and Z that this is going up or this is going down. And here's my confirmations. Here's the patterns. Here's things that I'm seeing. Here's the indicators that I'm using, whatever it is that you're doing. If you can follow that and take the emotions out of it, it makes all the difference in the world. So
Absolutely.
10 years in, I'm still shocked at the irrational exuberance that many of these coins have in this crypto game, bro. I just
well, I mean, think about it. People
ADA
have
being one, bro. ADA being one. ADA should be like 80% lower than where it is. Fundamentally. Fundamentally. Not technically. I don't know, you know, technically you can make money up and down. But fundamentally, bro, a blockchain that has a TPS of like 7 or 8 or even less than
that's pretty low.
Why is it valued where it is? It just doesn't make any sense.
Community.
Well,
because utility, utility
right.
and community are the two factors that you have to look at.
You're right.
I can look at the most,
and the community is delusional right now.
And the community is delusional. No, you know, I think it's a good point to bring up and talk about. That's part of the reason, though, why some of these projects, and a lot of them, have been so successful, is literally just that, the community. And that's what crypto, because look, if you look at it, I can look at even myself and how well I've done in crypto over the years. And I have done nothing like what I've seen some other people do. Okay. I've seen some people do some wild, wild numbers in crypto. And so the reality is, what happens, a lot of people, when they get into crypto, they hear, wait a minute, I can turn $100 into $1 million. I'm in, right? It's an irrational thought on the front end. Just because somebody else has won a lottery ticket does not mean that you're going to win a lottery ticket and you should go to the gas station every day and be buying lottery tickets. It's that same type of kind of mentality.
And the inverse to that, Army, you're right. You're spot on with that community thing, because the inverse to that is a coin like EOS, which has a strong technical infrastructure with EOS IL framework, but the community is lagging. It's been hurt by Block One and what they did, and it's just down. And so that's a prime example of a community not there versus one that is. It keeps the price propped up. So very true.
Here's an interesting comment. Jonah says, explosion for crypto, implosion for the petrodollar. Yeah, we've got a lot of chaos going on with the US dollar, whether it's going to continue to be the petrodollar or not. I guess we will, you know, kind of see where that heads, but we've got definitely trouble in paradise, no doubt about it. All right, so Blood, let me ask you, any alts that you've been paying specific attention to? I know you're a Bitcoin guy through and through, but anything in particular you've been watching?
Yeah, I am. I use Bitcoin as the barometer, but boy, when I saw what EDX said about the 4 coins they're going to have on their exchange, their clearinghouse and whatnot, I said, man, you got to pick up Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. I've been a Litecoin fan since the beginning. That was my first love, if you want to say, or second love. That was my first altcoin. But Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, just for the surest fact that they're going to be under that EDX platform, and you're going to see a lot of liquidity hit those 2 coins. Man, those are some really good buys, bro. Really good buys. So
having exposure to Bitcoin Cash.
I know, right? I mean, I don't even have any. Like,
no,
I don't.
Neither do I.
I don't I'm not staying up to date on what they're doing in the community, as Army talked about. But in this situation, we're talking about a fundamental play with both Bitcoin, with a Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, in my opinion.
Yeah, Bitcoin Cash has been that one specifically has been one of those that people have argued, bantered back and forth about for so long. There's some people that are absolutely in that community, in that camp, and just believe in it, you know, head and hands, they are in. Other people are saying, oh, well, it's going to freaking zero. But you're right, Blood, there's things that can happen outside of just the technical aspect of, or even a project and how the actual project is actually performing, something can happen where a big name gets a hold of and is going to be putting a project out there for people to have exposure to, and there's nothing it really can do except for go up. So I think it's a really interesting an interesting pick, but I think that you will be right that those will probably have some upside potential there for sure. So that's an interesting one. Army, what are you what are you thinking? So tell me, we talk about trading so much. Give me like a simple strategy. We want to help people learn. Give me a simple strategy that you like to use when it comes to trading, specifically altcoins in general. Maybe you use it in Bitcoin too, but specifically with alts. Do you have like a specific trading strategy that you really like to use?
Yeah. So I use fundamental analysis. You got to look at that. And so that'll give me the compass, right? Is this looking north or south? And then I'll get into the TA part of it. I'll look at, Fibonacci, see where the last highs and lows were. Are we in a trend? The trend's your friend. You want to get into that. Look at the money flow in. Make sure you're keeping an eye on those little news article dots that are on your trading view. You can see what's going on with it there to help you with that fundamental compass there. But overall, my biggest thing that I do is I do a what's called a 3-layer strategy, and I look for 3 points of confluence. Once I get more on top of that, then that will make me gauge how much risk I'm going to put in with my original margin, and then I'll DCA it on a low leverage.
What do you consider a low leverage?
Back around 3 to 5x. That's it.
Okay.
But I'm moving in with it with 10 grand plus, so
Right.
3 to 5x.
Money. For sure.
Not bad. It doesn't work out too bad. A 2% move on a 5x is a 10% gain on 10,000. That's $1,000 for the day. I'm done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But right now, what I'm looking to do is that we're heading into the bull run eventually here. So I am working in my positioning, and as we pull back, I'm hedging against my long with a short to cover my the pullback, and then I'll take that short money and roll it back in to my entry to add to my margin on my entry. But I plan on running my 3x on Bitcoin and Ethereum all the way through the next bull run on a 3x leverage. So
run it all the way through. Just run it all the way through.
All the way through the bull run. So
that'll be interesting. You know what? I had not thought of this until you just said it. But if you look back to the last bull run, I don't know, there's obviously big moves, but there's so much up into the right action that I feel like that could be an interesting, that could turn into a big number. If it's anything like the bull runs that we've seen in the past, that could be a huge move. Then the question becomes, how good are you at taking profit? And this is something that we talk about, right? Are you able to actually take profit?
Out.
So you like to ladder in and ladder out.
Yep. But if you actually look at if I look at my trade right now and I put in my take profit, and I have an estimation that Ethereum's going to hit that 10 to 12K mark easily if with the 4-year cycle is still an ongoing event, right? And so what I'm watching for right now on it is looking at the TP with my current amount of my Ethereum, which by the way is only about 10% of all of my Ethereum in the trade right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got into it around $1,075, and my entries moved up into about 1,200 something range right now because I've added to it as it's gone up. But that actually comes out to something like $4.8 million at 12K. So yeah.
I like that.
It's a little insane. It's a little insane. It's surreal, but yeah, I'm gonna run it. We're gonna see how it goes. At the end of the day, if not, hey, I at least made some money off of my Ethereum growing and on its own price in the trade of a 3x. So
yeah, no doubt. All right, so crypto fam, smash that like. We're getting towards the end of the show. I just want to ask you both a simple question and then give me a why behind this. So to both of you, I'll start with you, Blood. If you have to stack one alt for the rest of this bear market, you're starting right now and you want to stack through the rest of this bear market, what alt are you stacking and why?
I'm gonna go with the OG one, man. Litecoin.
Go Litecoin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Litecoin. It's been around since season 1 of altcoin seasons, and I think it's not going anywhere. You got the halving coming up, in addition to the EDX liquidity that's going to be moving up with it. So if I had to pick one, it would just be that one.
It will
Nothing
be
sexy, but it is what it is.
It doesn't need to be sexy. I've seen people make lots and lots of money on some very not quote unquote sexy trades or stacking, right? A lot of the stuff that I have done over the long period is not sexy at all. It's actually quite boring, but the reality is it works, and I've been able to continue to add the positions, add the positions, add the positions.
Yeah, if you want to kind of sleep at night, I would, pick that one.
No leverage sweats at night, waking up, checking your.
Right.
You remember? Listen, I remember when I first got into crypto, and I'm talking about, and I didn't even have that much money in when I first got in, but I remember I'd wake up to use the bathroom. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd check the chart and I'd see how much it moved. Oh my gosh, like I'm either making or I'm losing money, and my mind was all da 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 da. And I would hear people saying like, "Oh, that'll go away," and I was thinking, "No, I just know how I'm wired, bro. It can make a massive move at this point, and the most it'll get out of me is maybe a phone call to Crusader or to one of you guys and say, hey, what's going on in crypto land right now? What did I miss? Or whatever, it's interesting. What about you, Army? What are you stacking? Gun to your head, you got to stack one alt for the rest of the bear market. What are you stacking?
Does ETH count as an alt in your book?
Ooh, let's go without ETH, because that's what let's go. It does count as an alt, but not without ETH.
If it's not ETH, wow, I'm gonna have to go with something like Cardano or something like H bar. Like I know that layer 2 versus hash graph, but something like one of those. I think one of those two. So if I had to pick one, fine, I'm going with Polygonmatic because it's going to ride on the coattails of Ethereum's run.
Damn, so, that's the one. That's the one I was going to say was going to be Polygon. That's one that I'm working on stacking for sure.
I will say that not a bad idea on the Litecoin run because it does have its halving come up, but keep in mind, blood, it is known to have about a 50 to 60% pullback after the halving before it does its big run. So get your money and throw more at it right when it hits that 50% mark.
It's easy.
Just that 60%.
Just buy the bottom, sell the top, rinse and repeat. This is simple. I don't know why we even have shows. We just tell everybody, what I mean? Buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. It's simple.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be shorting some Litecoin right when it hits a halving, and then flip it into a reversal on the long when it hits the 50% mark. So listen,
the reality is this, right? Everybody's got a game plan. The question becomes, what do you do, as was famously said, when you get hit in the mouth? And crypto will hit you in the mouth, and that's part of the reason that we want you and should have you watching Investing Bros, watching Crypto Blood, watching Debate Crypto, and paying attention to multiple different streams of information coming in, because when you do get punched in the mouth, so to speak, how you react to that is going to be what the results will show and will be very telltale in what you do when that happens. When struggles come, when pain comes, how do you react to it? And so part of the reason that we want to be up to and really up to par or better on our trading and having different strategies for trading is because sometimes getting punched in the mouth on your long-term bags gives you an opportunity to be able to make money on trading if you are, paying attention and have been doing your research there. So, all right, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on. Crypto fam, again, smash those likes on the way out. It's been a great show today. We love you guys. You could be anywhere today, but you are here hanging out with your boys with Debate Crypto. So just remember to question everything, trust nothing, and until next time, hodl like it's hot. We will see you soon.